Welcome to Direct U.S. Immigration's channel, where you get direct access to our most up-to-date immigration and global mobility space. My name is Maitreya Brown, and I'm going to talk about visas issued to various government workers traveling on diplomatic passports to the United States for official government or diplomatic purposes. This type of visa is available to government officials, their immediate family members, and support staff. You're not going to want to miss out on this one. Stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Maitreya Brown, and I am a U.S. immigration attorney based in Washington, D.C. I am also the principal immigration attorney at Direct U.S. Immigration, where we work with clients in all 50 states and around the world. Before we start, click on the like and subscribe button to follow our Immigration Hub to get the latest immigration information that could be vital to your case. All diplomats and other foreign government officials coming to the U.S. to take part in any diplomatic activities on behalf of their government will need to obtain an A visa status before entering the United States. The officials cannot travel to the U.S. under the Visa Waiver Program or through a visitor visa. So there are 4 different types of diplomatic visas available to anyone entering the United States on official government business, and these visas include the following classifications. So the A-1 visa is available to heads of states, diplomats, embassy or consular officers, public ministers or cabinet members, ambassadors, representatives of the European Union and African Union delegation, and immediate family members of the A-1 visa holder. The A-2 visa is a visa available for full-time foreign government officials coming to the United States to work at an embassy or consulate, foreign military members who will be stationed at a U.S. military basis or assigned to a foreign embassy or consulate, the staff of EU and AU delegation representatives, and the immediate family members of the A-2 visa holders. The A-2 NATO 1 through 6 visa is a visa available to foreign military staff who will be serving in the United States. The A-3 visa is a visa available for personal employees, attendants, or servants of foreign government officials. So who is eligible for the A-1 visa? So it should be noted that all foreign heads of states do qualify for the A-1 visa regardless of their purpose of travel. All other visa applicants who are applying for the A visa must be able to demonstrate a valid purpose of travel related to government work. This means that the visa applicant must be traveling to the United States on behalf of their national government to perform specific duties or services that are inherently governmental in both nature and character. Any government officials who are traveling to the United States as tourists or to perform non-governmental functions that are commercial will not qualify for the A visa despite there being a government interest in the activities. So local government officials representing their town, city, state, province, or other local political entity are not eligible for a diplomatic visa and must enter the United States on another visa, such as a B-1 or a B-2 visitor visa. Now, what are the requirements for the A-1 visa? So to qualify for the A-1 visa, there are certain requirements that government officers must meet. And if they are not in an elected government position, then they must look for other types of visas which can help them to achieve their goals to visit the U.S. However, the following people are in fact eligible for the A-1 visa. Now, this includes high-level officers, officials in a foreign government, kind of like I had mentioned before, so your heads of states, your government ministers, and it also includes judicial officers, legislative leaders, etc. Also, your ambassadors or consular officers who are visiting the U.S. for diplomatic purposes fall under this visa, as well as government representatives of foreign states who maintain diplomatic relations with the U.S. So, government representatives of nations who do not have diplomatic ties or relations with the United States may still be allowed a A-1 visa if it is determined that visiting the U.S. will in fact be of interest to the country. Now, all applicants must demonstrate that the purpose of their visit to the U.S. is in fact government related. The application process for the A-1 visa is quite straightforward and has fewer procedures than that of most other non-immigrant visas. However, the application cannot be started until that person has a diplomatic passport. So if you have just been appointed your governmental position, then in order to qualify for that A-1 visa, you must get your that diplomatic passport. Now, if you are within the U.S. And you are able to apply for the A-1 visa, then you can do so through USCIS. However, if you are outside of the U.S., then you must go through either the U.S. Embassy or consulate located in your country of residence. Now, typically when you're outside of the U.S., the process entails filling out the DS-160 and then, of course, submitting the necessary A-1 visa documentation. Now, when filling out Form DS-160, it is an online application form used for many non-immigrant visas. So depending on the visa that you're applying for, it will have the appropriate fields that you need to fill in. So it collects your personal information as well as the information regarding your purpose of travel. And at the end of the application, when you submit it, you will also get a visa confirmation code or visa confirmation page, and then you do need to save that since you will need it later on in the application process. Now, when submitting your A-1 visa documentation, some of the documentation that you will need includes your valid diplomatic passport, that DS-160 confirmation page, and then of course a letter from the country's, your country's government, basically including information about you and your purpose of travel. So that would include things like your name, date of birth, position within the government, purpose of travel, description of your job duties, your intended travel period, and then of course if you have any dependents, attendants, or servants that are traveling with you to the U.S., information about them as well. Now, it is not required for the A-1 or the A-2 visa to have an interview. However, the U.S. Embassy is allowed to require an interview if they see a reason for it. Now, in terms of processing times for the A-1 visa, typically they're pretty short. So some are even processed on the same day, same day as application submission. And due to their importance, A-1 visas are generally processed faster than other non-immigrant visas. So the U.S. Embassy officer will stamp your passport, and you can then start to make your travel arrangements to the U.S. If you are applying from another country. Now, in terms of A-1 visa validity, it is valid for your period of intended travel. So if the A-1 visa holder is on an assignment for a job role that is long-term, then the A-1 visa, can be valid for a longer period. But if it's a shorter term, then of course it will be a shorter visa validity period. Now, one of the questions I get a lot is, can I get a green card with an A-1 visa? So getting a green card with an A-1 visa is actually quite difficult, but not impossible. So to become a lawful permanent resident of the U.S., an A-1 visa holder will have to give up their diplomatic status. So this means that they will not have the privileges that they had with an A-1 visa. And to do this, you do need to file Form I-508, which is a waiver of the rights, privileges, exemptions, and immunities that you would receive as a diplomat. And then afterwards, the A-1 visa holder can apply to get a green card, depending on whichever way suits them. So whether it's through marriage or investment, or technically if they can prove that they cannot return to their home country safely. So again, it really just depends on that specific individual. Now, another common question I get is, can my dependents accompany me on an A-1 visa? So as previously mentioned, the answer is yes. Your spouse and your unmarried children under the age of 21 can come with you to the U.S. In addition, they can also bring their immediate family or close relatives. So the dependents are allowed to work after getting an employment authorization document from USCIS, and they are also allowed to study and enroll in an academic program in the U.S. So I hope you found this video helpful. Subscribe if this content or information helps you in any way. Comment below if you want me to talk about something in specific, and share this resource because you never know who needs answers to these questions. I'll see you in the next video.